Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing on this beautiful morning? Thursday morning, last day of good trading for the week. What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing?
Good morning, guys. Uncle Trump have done it again. He fucked the market.
Yeah, guys. Trump was speaking last night at 9:30, as I spoke about last night. So let's just look. We also have quite a lot of news today. We've got the average hourly earnings. We've got non-farm employment change. We've got unemployment rates, and we've got unemployment claims. So the USD is looking pretty volatile. If you guys can take a look to my screen on the left, look at GBP USD right now. Oh my god, we are flying on GU. We are absolutely flying.
What the fuck was that? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's a new one to me.
Yeah, it's a new one. But it's not anything out of the ordinary.
What have Trump spoke about?
Trump just he spoke last night. I don't know. I have not a clue what he spoke about. Don't really care, but I knew that the market was going to go pretty crazy. We can check quickly on investing.com. I'm sure that they've said something about what Trump said.
We are going to steal all the oil in Iran.
He probably said he's bombing Iran. Anyone know what Trump said last night? Yeah, imagine holding yesterday's position. We couldn't have held yesterday though because it was Wednesday. We would have got smoked by fees.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you that don't know, fees is 3 times the swap is 3 times on Wednesday nights. So for any of you that hold on Wednesday night,
yeah, never hold over Wednesday night. You
get smoked with commission.
If we held last night, even though we would have been in huge profit, commission would have smoked us. So it seems like Trump
BTC.
was speaking.
Let's talk about BTC. BTC, very interesting move. We called the bottom. I did not get in. You know, I always speak about knowing the long-term direction and benefiting of the short-term direction. I've always said that, but yesterday I did not apply it, which made me have a lot of FOMO, like, oh my god, I missed out, yada, all of that.
We don't care about swaps. We got Thomas and 𝗙𝗃𝗧𝗏.
Come on, son.
Nah, yeah, guys, we have actually, I mean...
Did any of you guys get smoked on my BTC entry?
I don't think.
Because I had the entry on BTC, and what happened was...
Yeah, Trump was scared. I was taking too much money from the market. You boys were killing it.
So, guys, we had the entry on BTC yesterday. The entry that I marked out over here. Beautiful entry. Pulled back. Everyone on the Discord took it. Everyone in my inner circle got that trade since the morning. It went around here. I was up around like 10k on my position. I had like a 13 Bitcoin position, not a big position. And then it just came back and took me out break even. And to be honest with you, I lost like $500 commission because I didn't cover my commission. I was like, okay, it's gonna go down and all of that.
Yeah, we're going to go play some paddle.
Yeah,
paddle is probably my biggest enemy with trading, because paddle has probably lost me a little bit too much money because I've been playing. How do we join your inner circle? The inner circle he's talking about is
so inner circle, open a ticket on our Discord with John, and then he will guide you. You need to have over 50k of funding.
Let's take a look through the page. Let's see what's going on.
And that's where me and Chento send all our BTC trades.
Let's see what's going on. Damn, we really could have held G. I mean, what could we have gotten on GU? 1:12. GU gave us some, didn't really give us any sort of entry. I mean, I would have got in again, but we didn't really get anything here. I guess retest of R1 could have been pretty nice. But anyways, let's speak about GBP at the moment. So GBP has now just broken this zone. Okay, we've taken out this gap. Delete. Okay, so what I spoke about earlier is let me actually, if I full screen, just let me know. I'm gonna put this on full screen. Can you guys still see the numbers? Let me know. Is it still very clear, or does it become not as clear anymore? Let me know with the numbers if you guys can still see everything. It's clear? Yes, bro, visible, amazing.
Yeah, it is clear on my side too.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so what I spoke to you guys about yesterday is that this was our buy side target at around 1.33 flat. And what I said was, if we broke, so you're saying it's not clear? Is it better when I do it like this? Let me know, because I'll keep it like this then. This is better. Let's keep it like this, and we can keep Forex on the side, and then I'll just do this. Hopefully this should be pretty clear. Amazing. Okay, cool. So I spoke about 1.333 flat being our buy side target, and what I said is that if we pump through this buy side target and look at this 4 hour. Now this 4 hour is super interesting, because remember, we've been speaking about this line over here for a while now, because this is our weekly 50%, and it shows us the momentum for the week. Now for the since the 18th of June, we've been transacting below this level, okay, and we finally now looking like our 4 hour is going to close above. So it looks like momentum on GBP USD is starting to change. We're starting to flip into a bullish environment. So now what I'm looking at is, where is price most likely to go? So for me, I think we need to fill all these 100 levels up here. So all of these levels from around 1.34, so around 1.33960 to around 1.34500. So if I draw, let's just draw a little, let's bring this up quick. So this zone over here is where GU is most likely to go in the next day or so. So what I'm thinking is, at the moment we're pretty bullish. We've broken 50 MA on the 4 hour, and price is starting to indicate that it's looking to transact to the upside. Now what we're looking for is, where can we get in? Where are possible entries? What is our price movement for the day for GBP USD, 𝗙𝗃 𝗏𝗧? So we've maxed our price movement, and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. So if I'm being 100% honest, our price movement for the day was 101, and we've already maxed our price. So our price movement for the day at 10 in the morning. Now what that says to me is that today's going to be an absolute shit show. Today is going to be a market that you honestly want to stay out of, unless it gives you the most clean opportunity possible. Because now market is uncertain. Market has done its price movement for the day, and what you can see is market just doing absolutely whatever it wants. It has nothing. Direction is bullish, but direction could flip in the matter of seconds, in the matter of minutes. So for me at the moment, GBP USD is kind of looking a little bit off limits right now. I would be very hesitant to get into any positions on GBP USD. And I think tomorrow would be a better day, because remember, Fridays are normally reversal days. So what we could see is price coming up to this level, and then we could start looking for shorts tomorrow as a healthy pullback for GBP USD. Let's go look at the DXY. So the DXY, as I spoke about earlier and yesterday's stream, I said that if we ended up closing, so this candle over here, if we ended up closing below, we were going to be super bearish on the DXY. Super bearish. And now look at DXY. DXY is now breaking this zone to the downside. Now what I want to see is we can see this 4-hour close in the next 2 hour and 45 minutes. We could have a retrace up to around the 50% of this 4-hour candle. And then I see price moving further on to the downside. Now, where are possible areas that DXY is looking to achieve? I would say this level over here. Come on. So we're probably going to fill all of these. These are my next three levels of turbulence. So let's just change this to a line. And then let's show. So these are my next 3 levels. So 100. If you guys want to put these in on your chart to know where DXY should see some sort of rejection, you can do so. So 100.850 is the first one. So 100.850. The second one is 100.730. And then the third one is 100.550. Exactly. So if DXY is bearish, then GBP USD is bearish. So you'll see, it's pretty evident. Euro probably is following. Ooh, look at Euro. There was actually a nice opportunity on this pivot. But DXY. If you guys want those levels one more time, 100.850. 100.830. I'm sorry, 100.850, 100.730, and then 100.550. That's the next 3 zones that we'll see a possible rejection, and then move to the downside, rejection, move to the downside, and then we'll see if we break this 50% over here. It's gonna be DXY is gonna change bearish, and we could see GU looking pretty bullish for the next couple of weeks. So let's check at USDJ. Mamacita. Check this, 𝗙𝗃𝗔𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗑𝗏. Check USDJPY.
Have you seen GJ?
We're gonna go.
Have you seen GJ?
Look at that candle.
My man, look at GJ. GBP JPY, absolutely insane to the downside. Remember what I mentioned yesterday? We were just a little early. Remember we targeted around here yesterday when we shorted? We targeted here. Look at that. You can't make this up, man. It fucked us here for like 12 hours, you know?
Yeah,
and then boom.
We unfortunately missed that long as well.
Yeah, yesterday on the stream we missed that long.
We spoke about it, but we just never ended up getting in, unfortunately.
How is gold looking?
Let's check. Gold. Let's go to the 4-hour on gold. I would say gold. Oh my God. Look at this. What did I say yesterday, 𝗙𝗃𝗔𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗏? I said we could look for shorts here, no?
Yeah. They did take the short. What do you mean? I gave them the short.
Oh, you gave them the short.
I gave them the short.
Nice.
Some of them got stopped out and got in again.
Nice. So now what I want to see gold doing is that we're holding this TCM midpoint. Let me just get rid of this bullshit. So now we're holding this TCM midpoint. So what I want to see gold doing is respecting that. Gold pushing further to the upside and breaking out of this zone. If we break out of this zone, I think gold should have a little momentum push to the upside. But if we do not, and gold rejects this level for the 4th time, then I'll see gold transacting to around TCM -1. So let's see how this, if a 4-hour candle can close bearish here, and then we can start looking for shorts to the downside on gold.
Gold, to be honest, I want gold to go up.
I also want it to go up.
So I'm looking at gold at 4,250. So guys, for whoever gets in along, and they go into profit, and it goes higher, and you see momentum is pushing, hold it until 4,250. That is most likely to get hit soon. Maybe New York is just gonna go.
Yeah, so what I was saying is
no, I did not catch the GJ short.
I was saying to them, 𝗙𝗃𝗧𝗏, is that this level is quite interesting because there's two scenarios that we could get from this gold. Is that I think if we can break this level and we can transact to the upside 4-hour close above, then we should see gold transacting easily to 4,250. I don't see a problem with that. And then if we hold this level and we close bearish, we could start looking for shorts to the downside. But vice versa, I mean, if we close bullish on this zone to the upside and we're around this TCM _1, I would honestly start looking for longs. You could exactly where you're looking to long from. So something like this. If the 4-hour, let me know what you think, 𝗙𝗃𝗧𝗏.
To be honest,
we could have a 4-hour close. No, man.
Currently, the buyers and sellers are in control. The buyers try to break to the upside. We are just broke the 50 MA on that thing. So on gold, what I would say would be a smart move is
MA will surely be transacting at 4-hour. We see what gold does in the next 40 minutes, how this 4-hour candle closes. But at the moment, I would say gold is pretty off limits until either we reject this level at the top here or we break it. For me, that's just what I personally think. I think if we do break, we could take a long maybe off this minor support and then the 50% and long to around 4,250. That could be a pretty clean long.
The only thing that concerned me is our target was so accurate. Why is it not coming back to test it again? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why there's
plus after it hit the target, you see market just slowed down. Now it's finding the next direction. And for me, the next direction is go to that red line that I have marked over there. Yes, this red line need to be tapped. That's the momentum for the week. It need to be broken in order for the momentum to change for the week. But I doubt it's going to be broken this week. You never know actually with gold. Yeah. You might just see a candle to the upside. So gold to the upside, guys.
Yeah.
Target have been achieved. If you achieve the target, you can stay out of gold. But
yeah. So gold, I think gold's pretty. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, I'm gonna run them through Bitcoin.
NASDAQ on that ass crack.
Thomas, let me know when you wanna hand over so I can run them through BTC.
So NASDAQ at the moment, I think what NASDAQ is most likely to do is, let me just check one thing here quickly.
Oh, NASDAQ is coming to show us some love.
I think NASDAQ
it's coming to our red line.
Yeah.
Which is
I would say NASDAQ is pretty bearish until
29,500.
Yeah, 29 flat even is where I would say NASDAQ is gonna, I think, transact even lower to the downside. It would make sense for it to do so. We've opened now. If you look at NASDAQ, we've respected our TCM midpoint. We've broken 50 MA to the downside. Price is showing us that we're most likely to keep transacting to the downside. So NASDAQ, I will look for something.
Man, I'm looking at 29,450. That's my long on NASDAQ.
29,450?
Yeah, and then I'm going to have a 70 pip stop loss. So I'm looking at something like this.
Nice. I would say for NASDAQ, what I would wait for personally is, because this zone over here is very influential, so we could see buy step in around the level that 𝗙𝗃𝗧𝗏 wants to long from, and we do support it by our TCM _1. We do have our orders here, so you know what, this is a level that buyers could definitely step in. But what I will wait for is for MA to transact a little bit lower, come closer to price. As soon as we break that MA, show us that price is looking to transact to the upside, then NASDAQ is going to fly. But I do agree, along around this level over here could definitely be pretty clean.
Zab, Mr. Zab, what shorts did you catch? Did you catch the gold or?
I think that was the only short.
And BTC?
Oh yeah, But yeah, I'm gonna hand over now to King Azuli. I'm done looking at GU and all of those pairs, and I'll check you guys in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay, all right. BTC, I'm gonna break down everything. We're gonna run through what happened so far, and what are we looking for, guys? So, our overall buyers are still short, guys. Who's looking to long BTC? Who's looking to short BTC? Please write in the comment. Nice, you printed on gold re-entry. Good, man. Yeah, sometime, you're just a little bit too early,
It's fine though.
If you had to take the previous leg on the negative 27, you would have got a perfect entry. Unfortunately, I was playing paddle in the rain. First time for me ever playing paddle in my life. I still smoked these boys.
Not me, boy. I was on your team.
Long could be nice, negative 27 there. Longs, short BTC. Type 1 if you short, type 2 if you long. All right, so what we have, let's look at the daily. Daily is a very important candle to look at. So looking at the daily and looking at this move over here, what did we come to? Let's take the high to the low. What do we have? 38. We're still maintaining that 38 level. We're still maintaining that 38 level. Look at this. We're still maintaining that. Now, 38 is very bearish to the downside. If it rejects here, it's very bearish to the downside. Looking at the 4 hour, right? So 38, we just tapped it perfect. It rejected, right? Looking at the 4 hour, if you take high to low, we rejected 78. So, overall we bearish 55.200, we looking to sell. But the thing is, when are we going to sell? So remember what I said, this is the momentum for the week, this line over here at 61,800. Anything below that, any pattern below that is to the downside. So what we have currently is a leg and a 2. And then the third one is yet to come. Why am I saying it's a leg and a 2? Do you know why? Because for me, all of this is noise, guys. So if we oi oi oi. So we had the push to the downside. Jesus, I just wanna draw. Is that thing again?
What are you trying to draw? Huh?
Just wanna draw something for them.
What are you looking for? The drawing thing? What?
I had it saved. There you go. So we had the push to the downside here, right? But then market is just in between. But I don't see any body closure below here. It's just wicks. And then market went up. So for me, it's a push to the downside. Forget about all of this. So basically for me is this. We had this push here, lower, higher, lower, and then now it's just a third one as a relief, and then boom to the downside. So we had the push here, consolidation, which we don't count, a push, and then boom, we're gonna see this. And it will probably come back a little bit, and then boom. So that's what I'm looking for on BTC. But now let's get into details. I was just showing you the big picture that we're looking at. Cool. So now we know, okay, BTC is short. It's stopped over there. Worst case scenario, we can see a previous leg. We can short around here, right? But then I don't see that happening, to be honest. Not yet. So 4 hour. Let's look at what candles did what and what did what. So we had this candle that had most of the momentum, a wick to the downside and then to the upside. TP around for tonight. Okay. So TB I said 55.200. If you in a short over here, could go break even and take the risk. This candle did the push to the upside, so we shorted around here, didn't work. Now, if I combine these two green candles, right? These two green candles. If you guys look, it's very fucking interesting. We had a green candle, red, green candle, two red candles, a green candle, two red candles, green candle, a red candle. Now market is just gonna dump. Why? Because there is no move to the upside. The move to the upside does not exist. The only leg to the upside that I have is when I see two green candles behind each other. I have never seen one green candle and then another. I've only seen one. Keep that in mind. So now if I combine these two green candles, right, it gives me this number over here, right? Now if I flip this around, it's close to my target, right? So the entry have happened over here, and then the wick have been filled. So what business does it have to the upside? The only next business is this red line over here. That's its next business, plus the 50% of this candle. Plus it doesn't have a wick, which it does not need to make now. Look here, it only made it later on. How many days later, you know? Like it made it, it only made it 4 days later, so it doesn't need to do the wick now, you know? Okay. We had this line over here from these two green candles. Plus, if we take the 78, look at that. So it's around this area, which means, okay, short. Okay, now we know, okay, market is shorted. There's not a lot of chances for the market to go to the upside. Now, how can we short? Very simple. Remember we spoke about banks transacting on the 50%? So we can look at this area over here. The stop loss for the day . 15 minutes for 50 MA is bullish or bearish a line.
15 minutes. Check the 50 MA on the 15 minutes. Wait for a 4 hour candle closure in that direction. So if market, can I show them something quick?
Yeah, let me just finish with BTC and then you can
I'm gonna give you guys something now quickly. After King Azuli's done showing BTC, because he's the GOAT of BTC. They call him the king of the BTC.
So BTC, we have this 50%. Now we're done on the 4 hour, right? Now if we go to the 15 minutes, what do we have? We have the 50 EMA. We have the 50 EMA. It broken, retested, it broken again. We have head and shoulders by our stop loss. On the 1 hour, shit. Okay, so the market can go higher. Now what we can do is, for security, take high to low. Remember we used the bodies on the 4 hour, right? Now if we can use a 618 and our entry can be over here. So okay, what we did is on the 4 hour we took the bodies of that red candle to enter on the 50%, but now we want to refine it more. So we got the 50%. Now what we did is on the here we like, okay, this is the leg, let me take high to low, and where is my 618 sitting? So 618 is sitting at this area. And the 50 in this area. Now you always want to take the higher number. So 618, 78, line up with this over here. If we go 618, our 78 is saved. Okay, so I would go 70. So I would go 750. 750.
750.
Okay, and then here 2 3 3 3 0. We needed the entry to be 750. Thomas, wake up. Come on, man.
Bro, put it at 750.
No. You put the TP. Okay, guys. So, 618, we have head and shoulders over here. We have 618, so we didn't take the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is 78, right? And then if this entry fails and market wants to go higher, what we can look at as a second option of entry, is that this is the leg that reversed, so I would look to enter above just above this red line. So I will look at something like here, market slips a bit, stop losses are above the 618. So I'll look at something like, what do I have, 800, 950, and then boom. I would look at something like this. And obviously, guys, the target is the 55. Fucking hell.
Let's see what the likes is at. The likes better be decently high, guys.
So if this works out, right, guys, we are looking at 1 to 23. Is that worth the risk or not? 23. That's for BTC.
Come on, blow up those likes. We've got 29 likes. Surely not. Surely not. Just blow them up a bit. At least 80. There's 80 people watching.
But then remember, we gotta come above the consolidation, and this is not consolidation. So This is the head and shoulders. We have a drop, now it need to relieve, and then boom, drop. Do you guys see what I mean? We have head and shoulders. We might create head and shoulders, but which one is going to be more in control? That's the question. Look, we have head and shoulders. This is the shoulder. This is the shoulder. Now that's created. We are looking to create a shoulder and a shoulder. So a head, shoulder, and then the shoulder must be lower, which is around here where we're going to enter. But that's on the 15 minutes. But then we have all our confirmation on the 4 hour, guys. So that's the first entry. Let me just cut. Okay, you do everything. I'll just.
Very slow. Can you guys really
You guys see, Thomas is complaining. So, guys, any questions on BTC? Any questions? I have broken everything down. I showed you the direction. We spoke about the entry and the possible second entry. Please manage your risk accordingly. Risk 3.3% of your account. This is a 1 to 23. So if you have a 100K account and you're risking a 3.3%.
Here we go, guys. Entries over here.
So you're looking at 75%, guys.
You know what I'll do? Let's just do this.
Ooh. Why, Thomas, are you giving financial advice by any chance?
No. I don't give any financial advice. DXY. NASDAQ on that ass crack. What is it doing? Woo! Shit. NASDAQ on that ass crack is... It's rejecting this level, eh? These TCM points are no bullshit. Let me tell you that for free. For free.
Do we do anything that's not for free?
Facts. Look at 50 pip. TCM indicators coming very soon.
August.
I would say around August, yeah. What are TCM points? TCM points are levels that have a certainty of rejection. So this has a 40%, 40%. This has a 60%, 60%. And then there's another TCM point that I haven't spoken to you guys about just yet, which I will start speaking to you guys about maybe next week, where you can actually use to your advantage when market is overextended. So I'll give you guys some super cool tips maybe next week in a webinar. But let me just explain. I wanted to explain to you guys, someone was asking about 50 MA. So say we're transacting like this, and then we come boom, 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 boom. And let's say that all of these little candles is 15 minutes, and then this is a 4 hour to the upside. So how it works basically is this is what you want. So let's say 50 MA was here. It's going like this, tap, tap. And then over here, we break the 50 MA. But we haven't closed bullish yet. As soon as we have this 4 hour close to the upside, bullish, we know that price is now looking to transact to the upside. So what you can do now is you can do something like this. You can be like, okay, cool. Price is transacted to the upside. Take this, 61.8, 50 MA, and then long. Does that make sense, everyone? Let me know. Because some people are asking about it in the chat. So let me know if that makes sense. Type number 1 if it makes sense, everyone in the chat. Amazing. BTC, I'll go back so you guys can see the entry for the 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗨 III. What happened to the entry, 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗨?
What? That is there?
Oh.
Oh shit, I deleted it. Let me
𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗨.
just put it back. There you go. Magic.
Magic. Aladdin. Boom.
Man, just make it 55, make SL
Okay, well,
20.
you the one that did this, 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗨 III.
You know, come on, man. You can do better than that.
So you wanted me to make this 20? Huh? 64, 420. All of them round numbers.
Yeah, round it up. Yeah,
fine.
75 is good.
So these can be your entries. Bro, this is a completely different entry though, 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗨. Are we speaking about this entry? What happened to this one at the top?
The one on top?
Yeah.
That's the second scenario. I spoke to them about it. I'll send it on the Discord if it happens.
Okay, so then I need to update this.
Stop loss is wrong.
Yeah, it's because you told me to.
No,
because you had the wrong stuff put in here. I'm updating it now, guys. Don't cry.
Thomas, come on. You got to do better than that, man.
You gotta make. You gotta tell me which fucking thing we're doing, my boy.
You can't make this up, man.
There we go, guys.
Right. Boom, boom, boom.
No problem. Gold? Mamacita. USD/JPY. Shit, bro. GJ, we should have longed this, baby. So, quick update on what we ran through today is we went through GU, spoke about how prices already maxed out. We spoke about how DXY is most likely to keep transacting to the downside, and these are the 3 levels in which we may see a little bit of turbulence. Then Euro at the moment, nothing too interesting that we can look to get into. USD/JPY is absolutely dumping. GBP CAD is also flying like GU. GA, actually quite a clean entry over here for the top of this zone to long. NASDAQ is looking like it's rejecting our TCM -1 and is most likely to keep transacting to the upside unless we reject these 100 levels over here. And then BTC, 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗨 is giving you a short. And gold, we're looking for gold to hopefully close above here, give us that 4-hour closure, show us that price is most likely to keep transacting to the upside. And yeah, guys. Saying that, 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗨, anything else you want to run through?
All good. Thank you guys very much. Was BTC and nailed it.
Amazing, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers.